My name is Nicole Smith. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for the Impact Futures Group.
Thank you, Nicole. So it's some really exciting times at the moment as we launch our new brand Tend. So I'd just like to ask you, what does the launch of Tend mean to you personally?
So as the Chief Operating Officer, I can honestly say I feel incredibly proud of the new brand. For me, it's not just a logo or a design change. It's about what sits behind it, the meaning, the heart and the purpose. I suppose, Paul, our brand, and particularly the Tend purpose, resonates deeply with me, and it speaks to why we do what we do, supporting careers, building skills and driving confidence in a sector where care, compliance and quality truly do matter. We all know healthcare isn't just about systems, it's about people supporting people to serve people. And that's one of the core purposes, I suppose, of this rebrand. And personally, that means a great deal to me and the colleagues that I work with. And it's not just change for change's sake as well. It's about making sure our brand reflects the heart of the sector we serve. It's about giving our colleagues and our partners something to really stand behind, something that inspires, pride, builds trust, and it helps retain the talented, dedicated staff that we need in the health and social care sector.
And how will Tend support an impact with organisations?
I think by having a brand with a purpose and with clarity and with meaning, we're helping to strengthen confidence in training, to improve compliance and ultimately to raise the quality of care that's being delivered. And when I look at this rebrand, I see more than just a new identity. I see a brand that feels alive, that has a heart and that stands for people. And that for me is something that is really, truly something to be proud of.
Great. And then in terms of the impact for learners, from your perspective, what difference does being Tend trained mean for learners?
Well, I mean, one of the things I'm most passionate about and what excites me the most about the Tend brand is the impact it will have. Because at the end of the day, every trained learner is a ripple effect in the healthcare sector. A learner who has the right skills, the right confidence, and the right mindset doesn't just change their own career path. We believe that they change the experience of every patient, every colleague, and every service user they engage with. That's the difference that Tend training can make. Now, with Tend, we're not just refreshing the image, we're strengthening, I believe, our commitment to learner growth. Tend's purpose is about enabling learners to take charge of their own professional development. I feel proud of their journey, to see a clear line between their learning and the impact that they have in practice. For me, that's really, really powerful. It's about, I suppose, helping people grow with purpose, with skill and with a heart so they can thrive in the careers and give them the very best back to the sector. That's, for me, what really sets us apart and on how we deliver this, because Tend is not a generic training provider. Our coaches aren't just trainers, they're specialists. They're people who come directly from the healthcare sector, many of whom actually still work within it. They go back to the floor, keeping their knowledge live and their perspective grounded. They know the pressures, they know their realities, and they bring that into every single session. And that means that our learners aren't just getting theory, they're getting practical lived experience from really industry experts who genuinely understand their world. And that's what Tend is all about. It's about having a purpose. It has a heart. It's designed to resonate with the healthcare professionals because it reflects who they are and really what they stand for. So for me personally, it means a lot to be part of something that doesn't just provide training, but it empowers learners and supports careers and ultimately drives better care for the people who need it the most. And for me, that's the difference we're making. And that's what makes a Tend trained professional really stand out.
Yeah, you spoke a lot about the learner journey that people will go on. What about how we're going to help people go from a learner to a leader?
I suppose, yeah, I mean, looking ahead, what excites me the most is the intent and the vision that we've built into this brand. It isn't just a name or a design. It's a commitment. It's a commitment to having a real measurable impact in the healthcare sector over the next few years. And with Tend, we're not just offering a one size fits all approach. You know, we're building professional partnerships with employers co-creating solutions that are tailored to their needs, their people, and their services. And it's that collaborative way of working that ensures that training isn't just delivered, it's embedded and it's meaningful and it drives change where it matters the most. And we all know that the difference a trained professional can make in a care setting is extraordinary. It's not only about the skills and the compliance, as I've said, it's about confidence and resilience and the human qualities that are so vital in the health and social care sector. As I said, quality of care is at the heart of the 10 training. And that means we're not just imparting that knowledge, but we're helping professionals develop empathy, emotional intelligence, and a moral compass. And that ensures that the service users are always at the centre of every decision that's they're being made. So a 10 trained professional, it doesn't just deliver care, they create safety, trust, and dignity for the people that they serve. And a 10 trained professional will be given the skills and confidence to go from a learner to a leader. That's why I feel so proud and so excited about this rebrand. You know, I really truly believe that the impact that Tend will be felt widely across the sector. And I have to say, Paul, that none of this would be possible without the colleagues that I work alongside currently. You know, I've said already they're the most passionate, dedicated, committed, and enthusiastic practitioners that I've ever had the privilege of working with. You know, their energy and belief in what they do gives me real confidence that a 10 trained professional they'll not only meet the needs of the sector, but they'll make a profound positive difference to it, because a 10 trained professional has the ability then to diversify across the sector and really add value in any role that they then go on to take. So it's an exciting time.
Definitely. And you've spoken a lot around kind of like that, our sector expertise sets Tend apart from a generic training provider.
You know, it is the people. We, as a training organisation, it's really important to us that we have professionals who know the sector and don't just understand it, but really feel it and live it. And so, you know, all of our professionals, they go back to the floor. They have back to the floor days so they can bring real live experiences and real live understanding of what is happening in that sector into the training room for a TEND professional. As a training organisation, you know, it's about understanding that diversifying how we deliver to meet the needs of a TEND professional learner, but also recognizing the environments in which they are working in. We have to be flexible. There is a need to be agile. And at times, there may be opportunities where we as a training organization may need to work outside the ordinary training sector hours to be able to service those TEND professionals. And we have colleagues that do that day in, day out. So whether we have TEND professionals who work late night shifts, whether they work early in the morning. As a training provider, TEND is an organisation that considers that, really works with the employers to co-create and co-design a training programme and an opportunity for learners to access their learning anytime, any place, any pace. I think that's really, really important in the healthcare sector. You know, there's a lot that our healthcare professionals have to know and understand and remember. And our training provides opportunities for them to revisit and recall some knowledge, revisit and recall training and opportunities. So it isn't just a tick box. It really provides the opportunities for a TEND professional to grow.
Okay, thank you, Nicole. I think you've really shown there how we demonstrate a deep sector knowledge, especially around the day-to-day delivery. So in terms of kind of how we move forward into the future, where do you see Tend making the biggest impact over the next few years?
I mean, the art of the possible, in all honesty, Paul. You know, we offer, I think, a range of products and training opportunities now across the health and social care sector and adult care sector. But for us, it's making sure that it aligns with our overall purpose and intent, which is giving Britain the skills to care. And if that means that we have opportunities for adjacent programs within the healthcare sector that we could add to our portfolio and offering, we will absolutely look into doing that and consider to do that. And what's really exciting is Tend is part of a wider Impact Futures group. And the offering that we have in our commercial training offer across some of our other programs, we as a training organisation, we're not just thinking about the learner here, now, today. we're thinking about the learner's environment, the sector in which they operate in, and the peers they work alongside. And we know that the world is changing really quickly, particularly with digital AI and the expectation on our healthcare professionals now. So it's really important for us, and the future that we see the TEND organisation having is ensuring that our healthcare professionals are well trained, fully equipped and skilled in their profession, but equally have the skill sets and ability to adapt to the ever-changing environments in which they're working in. And whether that's digital access, digital approach and AI, or whether equally that is to do around wider care around mental health, well-being. It's really important that we recognise that. And that's what's really exciting for us, because we're not going to stand still. This isn't just about the product today, as I've said, it's about the product for the future. You know, what do future generations need to know and need to understand? And how and where do we see our healthcare sector going in the next 10 to 15 years? And are we ready for that? And that's what's really exciting. You know, our professionals, all they are really about making sure that we have the foundations for that next stage in the sector and kind of the direction it's going in. And they're forever looking at opportunities to develop themselves and continually consider opportunities for them to build their skills and their knowledge and their understanding so they can bring that into the training room. And so our delivery doesn't become static. Um, it's exciting, really, really exciting. We as a provider will never promise something we can't deliver on, but equally, we are a provider that is willing to listen. We are a provider who understands that we have to be versatile and we will have to adapt. And that's the future I see for Tend. It's a brand with a purpose, with a heart, and ultimately with impact.
Great. Thank you.